The drums of war echo across Reichland. The banners of countless provinces rise beneath the twin-tailed comet, and the hearts of men steel themselves for battle. You feel the call, courage, faith, and the stubborn will to stand against the darkness. But you wonder, are the empire of man the army you're destined to lead? Well, wonder no more. By the end of this video, you'll know if you're a destined son or daughter of Sigmar. It's hammer time. Hey there, Stefan here for Hammer Time, and if you're new to Warhammer the Old World and you've heard people talk about the Empire, but you have no idea what they're actually about, don't worry, because you're exactly where you need to be. See, 20 years ago when I first got into Warhammer, I was exactly where you are now. I remember staring at these armies thinking, alright, they look amazing, but what's their story? How do they actually play? And am I about to spend a bunch of money on the wrong thing? So if you're trying to figure out whether the Empire is the right choice for you, for your first Old World army, I've got you. See, I've been through the confusion, the jargon, the endless rabbit holes, and I'm here to make this whole process simple. No gatekeeping, no lore dumps that assume you've read 10 novels, just clear explanations, super beginner-friendly guidance, and a vibe check that'll help you figure out if this army actually fits your style. By the end of this video, you'll know who the Empire are, why people love them, how they play on the table, and whether they're a good pick for your first Old World army. Let's take away the overwhelm and make this fun. The lore. The Empire of Man is the beating heart of the Old World, a proud but perilous realm of humanity that stands as the last bulwark against chaos and destruction. It's a patchwork of provinces, cities, and fates united more or less under the rule of the Emperor. The Empire represents the best and worst of mankind, courage and ingenuity mixed with greed, superstition, and political infighting. It's a place where gunpowder and prayer, faith and science coexist in a fragile balance. Each province is ruled by an elected count, a noble with their own armies, rivalries, and ambitions. These lords gather under the banner of the Emperor, a man of vision, charisma, and strength who unites the Empire in its darkest days. Culturally, the Empire draws heavily from late medieval, early Renaissance aesthetic. Its people are hardy, practical, and deeply religious. Temples of Sigmar, the Empire's warrior god and founder, right beside colleges of magic and bustling forges. The Empire's colleges of magic train wizards who harness the winds of magic safely, a system created with the help of the High Elves long ago. The Empire's relationships with other races are complex. They share an ancient, uneasy friendship with the dwarfs, bound by trade and mutual respect forged after centuries of shared battles. They often look to the High Elves for magical guidance and diplomacy, though the Aesir's arrogance can be hard to stomach. Against the forces of chaos, greenskins, and undead, the Empire fights a desperate, unending war for survival, holding the line between civilization and utter ruin. When the Empire goes to war, it brings everything it has: armored knights, disciplined regiments of state troops, mighty cannons, and black powder weapons, and the divine fury of Sigmar's priests. It's a force of courage, innovation, and faith. An army that wins not because it's the strongest, but because it refuses to give up. What makes the Empire iconic is its humanity. They're not gods, they're not demons or ancient sorcerers. They're men and women standing together against the impossible odds. Every battle they fight is a story of determination and hope in a world that wants them dead. The army aesthetic. The Empire's armies are a celebration of color, heraldry, and craftsmanship. Each province fields its own regiments with distinctive uniforms, banners, and colors. When gathered together, an Imperial army looks vibrant and alive, a patchwork of loyalties united under the twin-tailed command of Sigmar. The troops wear puffy, slashed clothing, steel breastplates, and feathered caps, a style inspired by the Renaissance period. It's an aesthetic that blends medieval grit with human pride and individuality. On the battlefield, the Empire's strength lies in its diversity. Rows of halberdiers, spearmen, and swordsmen form dissonant blocks of infantry, while handgunners and crossbowmen unleash volleys of black powder and bolts. Cannons, mortars, and hellblaster volley guns thunder from the rear lines, while knights in gleaming armor charge at the enemy with their lances lowered. Then there are the machines of war, elaborate contraptions like the steam tank a rolling fortress powered by ingenuity and courage, and the war altar of Sigmar, an icon of faith and defiance that inspires soldiers to fight beyond their mortal limits. On the tabletop, an Empire army looks diverse, grounded and heroic. An army of real people holding their own in a world of monsters. They're not sleek or otherworldly, they're determined, colorful and full of character. And that's what makes them stand out. The playstyle. The Empire is the Swiss Army knife of Warhammer the Old World. They're not the best at any one thing, but they can do a bit of everything. And they do it well enough to win. You can build them as a gun line, a cavalry-heavy force, a magic-focused army, or a mass of infantry, and all those approaches are viable. It's precisely that flexibility what makes them so fun to play. You can experiment, try new combinations, and find the playstyle that fits you. One game you might rely on the ranks of halberdiers and swordsmen to hold the line. The next you might thunder across the field with knights and demigryphs, or unleash volleys of firepower from handgunners and artillery. The Empire lets you do it all, and adapt as your preferences evolve. They rely on combined arms, units supporting each other to achieve what none of them could do alone. Infantry hold, cavalry flank, artillery often softens up the enemy, and priests and wizards inspire or empower the troops around them. When it all comes together, an Empire army feels like a living machine. Organized chaos, powered by courage, faith, and black powder. The roster includes some of the most iconic units in the old world. From the rumbling steam tank and fearsome demigryph knights, to the thundering great cannons and fiery warrior priests. Each piece adds a unique flavor to your army, and they all fit neatly into that wider web of support and coordination. For beginners, the Empire is a fantastic choice. Their balance and variety make them forgiving to learn and endlessly interesting to master. Losing a unit or two isn't the end of the world. You always got more tools in your kit. And as you gain experience, you'll discover which playstyle suits you best, and the Empire can adapt right along with you. If you enjoy flexible armies that reward planning, creativity, and teamwork, the Empire is everything you could want, a true jack-of-all-trades army that's never dull and always rewarding. The Battalion Box. The Empire Battalion Box is an excellent way to start. It includes a mix of 30 state troops, which can be assembled as spearmen, swordsmen, or halberdiers, and 30 state missile troops, which can either be assembled as handgunners or crossbowmen. This is a nice mix of close combat and ranged units, a great way to learn the game. And additionally, you get a mighty steam tank, which to be honest is a little out of place for small points battles, but what the heck? It's a crazy world. Let's go with it. This box captures the essence of the Empire perfectly. A core of ranked up soldiers, backed up by missile fire and heavy metal. A taste of every part of their playstyle. And I've written a 750 point beginner army list based on this box. You can find it pinned in the comments below, ready to play right out of the gate. And after the Battalion Box, a good next step is to get a wizard from one of the colleges of magic and a Empire captain. These add a general and a spellcaster to your force, two essential roles that introduce key parts of the game, leadership and magic. Final thoughts. In conclusion, the Empire is a medium-cost army with most of its strength coming from rank and file rather than expensive elite models. That makes it a great option to play for anyone who enjoys building large, cohesive armies. If you want to command the armies of mankind, brave soldiers, priests, and engineers standing against the darkness, the Empire of Man might be your perfect choice. They're the most grounded faction in Warhammer the Old World. No ancient bloodlines or defined birthrights, just courage, steel, and faith. Whether you love painting bright heraldry, fielding versatile armies, or leading from the front with the banner of Sigmar held high, the Empire offers a rich and rewarding experience. Every time you take them to the battle, you're not just fighting for victory, you're fighting for the survival of humanity itself. And that's the Empire of Man. Proud, disciplined, and held together by faith, steel, and sheer human resolve. The courage keeps the old world standing, but even mankind can't stand alone forever. For deep beneath the mountains, old allies still endure, masses of stone, metal, and memory. Up next, we journey into the echoing halls of the Dwarven Mountain Holds, where every hammer strike tells a story and every grudge is written in stone. It's time to head underground. I'll see you there.